Okay, I really didn't want to do a video about this, but I just couldn't help it. Talk about what I saw last night on realnewsnetwork.com. Glenn Ford had Glenn Ford on there. Glenn Ford, as you all know, is the founder of the Black Agenda Report, that website which talks about black issues in America and basically around the world. And he's talked about the high unemployment rate among African Americans. Now, I would have to agree with his points, but I would have to add on that unemployment is not just a problem within African Americans, it's a problem with Africans, people around the world. Because as you can see, a lot of black people are unemployed, not just in America, but probably here in Canada as well, and in Africa too. I mean, I would have thought that Africans ran things in Africa, or they had their own business or commerce, but that's not always the case. Because I notice a lot of African people are living in poverty, still living in poverty. And I was listening to a broadcast last night regarding that this fact that a lot of Africans don't run things because when I went to Ghana years ago, I noticed something that most of the foreigners, they're the ones that run the economies of most African countries. So look, for example, you got the Chinese there in Ghana, and of course you got the East Indians too. Now those two groups own most of the businesses in Ghana, and not just in Ghana, but in Kenya too. Most African countries. The majority of all the businesses, they're owned by whites, Asians, with a patient combination of Japanese, Chinese, Korean, East Indian, and Arabs. They control the whole economy. Where's the control for Africans? Never see any. Oh, sure, they own these small markets, small food markets, but that's not really an economy in itself, because you're not really building anything. They're just operating business for themselves. They're just building it for themselves, not really hiring many people. I mean, if African really ran things in Africa, then most of the Africans would be wealthy. They wouldn't live in poverty. But the majority of them do. So what progress have we made in Africa? None. No progress at all. I mean, because I got relatives still calling me, still calling this house, asking for money. I mean, who controls most of the banks in Africa? The Europeans do. They got a stranglehold on the economy. And of course, they're exploiting the Africans in a way. Either that, or they're not hiring Africans to work in their businesses. So, what progress have they made? What progress have we made? Most blacks here in Canada, we can't build an economy here. And most blacks in America can't do that either. So what makes us think that we can do things in Africa or any other country? I don't know. I just hear a lot of talk. not very much action and planning. It's just sad to me. What progress have we made? I would say no progress. Because most of the businesses in Africa, they're controlled and run by the Europeans. If they don't run them, they own them. There's no ownership among Africans. Maybe this black authority is right. He has a point there. The black authority, TBA, he is right. Most Africans don't even control. We have no control over the economy. Because, I mean, we still live in dire poverty. Unemployment is very high there. And I have to bring this talk back to African Americans. The unemployment rate is very high in the US among black people, especially among black males. I think what it is that they either see us as a threat, or they just don't want to hire us. So I can only pinpoint these two reasons. Other than that, I really do not know. And that's a sad case in itself. But whatever business news you read about unemployment and the jobs that are created, they only tell part of the story. They don't tell the whole story. I keep hearing about jobs created in the United States or unemployment rate going down in the same case as in Canada. But what people are taking these jobs, or if the jobs are created, what people or what group of people are taking these jobs? I mean, most of the jobs, they're probably taken by whites. They're not taken by black people, nor First Nations. In Canada, that is. In the US, most black people don't have jobs. All the jobs that they say they created are for whites. They talk about the white population, the majority of the time, the media outlets. So all these reports about jobs created and unemployment rates going down, it's not always true. Not the true picture of what's presented. But the media presents a very skewed picture of employment, the employment statistics and numbers. You're looking at that, they don't quite add up. That's it for now.